Okay, this video is about Let's Be Reasonable homework. This is due on Friday. Okay, so in class we did number 1 when we found the circumference of the sign. The answer to number 1 was B. We got 42 inches. Let's go ahead and do number 2. Let's look at number 2. It says the Smith family puts a rectangular garden in their backyard. So whenever I'm reading, I like to just start sketching a picture to help me. Okay, rectangular garden. The garden measures 15 and 7/5 feet long and 13 1/3 feet wide, which is the best estimate of the area. So area is what we're talking about of the Smith garden. So when you do your PSP, you're going to be doing best estimate. And if you want a shorthand, that's fine. Best estimates of area. Okay, and the things that I know is that when I'm estimating, I'm talking about around about what is it going to be about. So when I'm looking at this, it says 15 and 7/5. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to round that to be about 16. And 13 1/3, I'm going to end up rounding that to be about 13. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and label my garden 13 and 16, and of course this is totally off in terms of measurement wise. Hold on one second. Okay, so we're talking about something like this. Okay, we have 13 by 16. Alright, so when we're talking about area, we're talking about cover. We're talking about the inside. How many boxes would fit in there? Okay, so we obviously know that we are going to go ahead and we are going to multiply. So we have 16 times 13. Okay, so we're going to end up multiplying. And when we do that, we end up getting, hope you can see this, 208. Okay, now when I get this answer, I need to be careful because if you look at the answer choices that you have here, it looks like you have 208, so obviously I'm scratching these two out. But there's a difference between C and D. One has feet and one has square feet. And when we're talking about perimeter, we're talking about C. But when we're talking about area, we're talking about squared. Okay, so your answer is going to be D. Alright, so with that, you should be able to do 5. It's 5, and then draw a picture on 5. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do 6. Julie is balancing her checkbook. Her beginning balance is $325.46. Her deposits add up to $285.38, and her withdrawals add up to $683.27. Approximately how much is her ending balance? So this is approximately, so we're kind of rounding stuff. So what I want you to do is above each of the words, deposit and withdrawal, I want you to tell me what that means. Okay, so when you deposit something, you're putting it in. So that means that we're adding. Okay, when we withdraw, when someone withdraws from something, they take themselves away from the situation, where they're withdrawing from situations. So withdrawal means to take away or subtract. Okay, so that will help us in the process. So she's beginning at $325. So when we're looking at this and we're rounding it, it's going to be about 300. Okay, and the way that I know that is because of the fact that this number right here, if this number is not 5 or above, I'm not going to round up. Okay, so because this number is less than 5, I'm going to keep it at 300. So I'm going to put 300 as my beginning balance, and then her deposits add up to 285. So do you see this number right here? That number is greater than 5, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to round the number. So I'm going to go to the next number. So instead of 2, it's going to be 3, and I'm depositing, so that's going to be plus 300. Okay, so now she has 600, right? And then she's going to withdraw amount. Okay, so this number right here next to the 6 is greater than 5, so I know that I'm going to round that up to 700. Okay, so now I'm going to subtract 700, which is going to end up giving me negative 100. Okay, approximately how much is her ending balance? So because I know it's a negative number, I can go ahead and get rid of C and D because it's negative. And I know in the situation that because it's around 100, okay, then I can go ahead and eliminate B because that's way too high, okay? And since negative 70 is around negative 100, I'm going to go with this answer, which would be correct. All right, hopefully you have some insight on the words approximately and helping yourself with area. Make sure that you're using your formula chart that you have in your notebook. It's on page 6 and 7 in your reference pages. Okay, so you should have 10 problems total, and I ended up doing 3 with you, so you should have 7 left.